Hey guys, welcome back. I have found that one of the major skills I have developed in life is the ability to turn those negative situations into positives. It's to be able to turn those things into sources of fuel, sources of drive, a push that's going to help me move forward in life. So I was listening to this speech that Steve Jobs gave to Stanford University back in 2005 during a commencement ceremony, and he mentions what to a lot of us was one of the harshest realities of life, and he mentions that reality as one of his major sources of inspiration, or not necessarily inspiration, but motivation. So I'm going to actually play this clip and let you listen to it, and then I'll explain a little bit why that can be one of the greater sources of motivation.
When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
So as you can see, this is not necessarily one of those things that we tend to think of in a positive manner. A lot of people will think of that the fear or the fact that we're gonna die someday, and they'll think of that, and it'll sort of get them down. It'll sort of make them think, what have I done or what have I achieved? And that's actually a good question, because if you can ask that question, then you can start saying, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? So when you identify those things in life that you want to accomplish, when you identify those experiences that you want to have, perhaps you want to travel the world, perhaps you want to make an impact on the lives of people around you, your family, yourself. We have a limited amount of time to do that, and it's great to actually take advantage of each moment in our life that's going that can push us to progressing towards that objective. So with any negative alongside this, it's good to take advantage of it. If you can, think of something negative that's going on in your life right now, and perhaps develop a list of 5 things that you can actually benefit from the experience. Did you grow stronger? What did you learn? How many things did you learn? Identify a couple of those things that you may have learned through that experience, and what can you do better next time to avoid such situation. A lot of times the things that happen to us that are quite negative, I like to believe that they happen for a reason, and even if it's not necessarily a specific reason, it's good to actually take advantage of that negative experience and transform it into a positive. We go through these things, and they can be so beneficial to us if we just have that mindset of looking into them and digging deep into them and finding out, how did I, necessarily benefit from this? So with each negative experience, along with the good and the bad in life, it's good to take advantage of those things and use them as sources of drive to keep moving forward. And just remember, as always, your time is limited. And as I always say, your time and your mind are your 2 most important resources. And, as time goes on, we're getting closer to that point where, we're not going to be able to go after those things that we want. And we don't know when it is, which is the reason why it's actually great to use that, that thought that we won't always be here as a source of motivation. Take advantage of each increment on your timeline. Take advantage of that, because you don't know when your last day is going to be, and you won't be able to go after those things. So really become passionate about them. Love what you're pursuing. Be passionate in them, and use all of that as a source of fuel. So guys, that's all I want to talk about. As always, if you're enjoying the content, then subscribe, like, and stick around for more videos.